Hi, this is Eric Horton with Board Game Geek. I'm here with Jared Miller from CMON looking at Sherlook, not Sherlock, but Sherlook from Silvano Sorrentino.
Yes.
It's a sort of looking game.
It is a looking game.
It says in the title.
Yeah, so you are Sherlook, the world's greatest detective. You've stepped away.
Apparently, copyright does not have a problem with Sherlook.
Well, no, I mean, he's
No.
looking. I mean, it's, you know,
Yes.
it's how it is. But you stepped away from your crime scene, and then someone moved everything. So, as they do, right?
So your department needs to keep it better.
There's going to be some cuts. There's going to be some cuts.
Yeah.
But until then, we got to figure out what happened.
Okay.
And the way the game is set up, so we have a full deck of these cards here that are the crime scenes. And what will happen is, at the beginning of the turn, you'll have all of these green tokens, which are actually 3-point tokens for scoring purposes towards the end.
Okay.
And there's 2-point tokens and 1 point. But the way these green tokens come into play is that you would have them all face down at the beginning of the game, and you'd flip one. So in this case, it's telling us we would draw 2 of these and place them like that. But for this example, we're using this one, where they were side by side. But there are other unique ones where it has you like throw them out there. So like you just toss them out there, and the idea is that it's always forcing you to look at them from a different perspective.
Okay.
And so with that said, what's going to happen is we will, since it's just you and me, we would have to look at this picture and then in our time figure out how many differences we think there is between those two.
Okay.
And there's no set way, since it's a whole deck, you know, it can always be a little different. Once you think you know how many differences are, you grab one of these evidence markers.
Okay.
Once the second to last person grabs the evidence marker, the last person has 3 seconds to quickly make their choice.
Okay.
And I am terrible at this game, but if we can go ahead and do this really quick, I feel like you've been studying it a little bit. I was going to say, I feel like
we can flip over different cards.
No, it's let's do that. We'll change one of these.
So pull one from the bottom, I guess.
Sure, just like throw it out there. Okay.
All right.
And then we just go.
Okay. Still some advantage of looking ahead of time.
There. And actually, I'm going to turn this like this because on that one, it had it
side by side. No.
You're right. You're right. I was wrong. So it is even more difficult. Okay.
Okay. It's like the game of silent looking.
It is like silent looking, but you're also rushing because you're like, as soon as you see someone move.
I'm going to do this.
I'll do 4. Okay. So let's say I'm going to do 5.
I have to pull this in to make sure we're on the overhead. Since we're doing here. All right, we'll do 5. Now we each have something.
All right. So what happens is, thankfully, you can then flip these cards over.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and it will actually highlight some differences here.
So, actually we're counting 8 differences total.
So 8 differences.
Between the 2 images.
Right. So neither of us did very well. And what will happen is, so let's say you got 8.
All right.
Right? And then I got 7. What would happen is you would actually, so we turn it over, oh wow, you got 8. You actually get those 3 points.
Okay.
And then I would then get 2, and generally you're going to have more players playing the game. But then what will happen is if you have, so I was 1 under, I got the 2. Then we check to see if anyone was like 1 over, and they could get the 1 point. And then what happens is if no one's 1 under or 1 over, you would then get the next 2 point.
Okay.
And then, so if you're right, you have the potential to actually just score all the points in that round if no one was kind of 1 over or 1 over.
All right.
And that's the game.
Okay.
It's that simple. But it gets pretty intense because there's a certain amount of fake out too, because once you grab it, like if with the more players, you know, if say I'm the second player, I'm like, I'm really going to want to start reaching for a number soon. And if I trust you, I might just try to go one over, one higher. But also in our case, we were just
not trust me.
Right. So, and it's that simple, but it's just people get kind of like so into it, and especially when it's kind of finding those, and you can actually. So we are doing the silent focus, but there can be a lot of table talk going on. So it's fun and quick, and it's great for just any type of gamer, really. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And that is out now.
There you go. overview of Sherlock. Thank you, Jared.
You're welcome. Thank you.